Hello, I'm Grace and this is my sister Patty. We are in the Philippines and we're going to show you how to ferment vegetables, and my sister and I are going to help each other so we could share it to you.
We're going to make kimchi, and as you see, the ingredients are here in front of us. And to make kimchi, this is homemade kimchi, we need Chinese cabbage, we have carrots, we have pepper, garlic, onions, and ginger plus turmeric.
So
Okay.
this is our own recipe. So basically it's spicy and with Chinese cabbage, but you can come up with anything more to add or to delete.
So to start with kimchi, first we mix the brine. We make the brine by using salt and mixing salt and
Water.
But okay, Grace.
Today, we're not going to use just ordinary water. We decided we're going to make it really more medicinal food, so we're going to put some bignay tea. And bignay is a powerful medicinal plant in the Philippines, and so that's what we're going to use. So as my sister is pouring more tea, and as you see, this salt, you could really, we're going to use 4 teaspoons of salt. However, use as much or as less salt as you want it to be. It's easier to make it less or to add more salt after than to make it less salty. Okay?
That's right.
All right. However, if it happens that it's salty, all you do is rinse it out before you serve it. Now, preferably, definitely you should use sea salt. And the salt in fermenting food helps it to really pull out all the nutrients from the vegetables, and also it helps to preserve the vegetables. And it's tasty, and Filipinos like salty food, so okay. And so that's where we're preparing that. And now, anytime now, we are gonna add this salt.
Taste it.
Right now, let's just say we're gonna add 3½, okay? And just stir it. And you could use whatever jar, but preferably you want wide mouth jar. And one more. So I'm going to put it in here. So Filipinos like to share food, so we're making more so we could share it to the family. Sometimes we give it to extended family. Now this one is a bigger container, so we're going to add more salt. The bignay tea is coming up. You should Google it and see what the bignay is good for. But definitely it's good for diabetes, for high cholesterol. It's like it's good as an antioxidant, and just really good for about a lot of things. So what I usually do, I start with the tea and add salt, and I usually like to put the smaller ingredients. And this is the turmeric. It doesn't really give you a lot of flavor. However, it gives its color, and also it's medicinal. You can shred it or chop it.
This one is ginger.
You do that.
Okay.
That's the ginger.
Let's see the other one for another. And
Then
garlic. Are we not putting too much of everything?
it's okay. You know, fermenting is really just having fun and doing things at home, and it's perfect just the way you wanted it. You could follow a recipe, but it doesn't mean that if you divert from the recipe, it doesn't mean that you're wrong or it wouldn't come out to taste good. Okay? So now, we're ready to put the smaller other kinds of vegetables.
Okay, you put the carrots. I want to make an experiment. I want to put one container with
ampalaya or bitter melon.
Okay. So while I'm slicing this, you do the carrots.
And the bitter melon, the one that my sister showed you, is really great again for your blood. It's like a blood detoxifier. It has also antioxidants, and there are even, I think there's studies that it's great for diabetes as well. My mother is diabetic and her body always looks for that. Okay, so I'm gonna add these carrots in these 3 containers. And stir it. Stir the other pot. Stir the other pot. And then now I could add, I think we added garlic, so we're gonna add this Chinese cabbage. The key is to submerge all of these vegetables in the brine. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. This one we're gonna put Chinese distilled cabbage here, and plus add the bitter melon in this pot. So I'm gonna make space for the bitter melon for there. But this I could put more. I could put more here.
For the other container. Okay.
That there. Bitter melon, as the name suggests, it has that bitter flavor.
All right. What do you want me to do with the pepper?
Now the pepper, either you could cut that or just put it as whole. Now if you cut it, it becomes more spicy. Okay. So we'll make a decision. I guess we'll cut it. We'll cut it into 2 pieces because we're from Legazpi, from Bicol region, and we like spicy food. Now, usually you want to beat it up or crush it so that you're kind of like manually forcing the nutrients to come out, and this brine with the salt forces it to come out. It's looking very good now. I'm so glad that I have help today, like my sister is helping me, and of course our videographer is my niece, Anka, so it's a whole family production. So I would like to mention 4 benefits of, I could think of 4 benefits of fermentation or fermented food, especially the vegetables, okay? One is it extends the shelf life of the food, and so you can prepare only one big fermented food and save it for all many days to come, all right? Without putting any harmful chemicals that will hurt your body. And another thing is the process creates nutrients like lots of vitamin B's, thiamine, niacin, B12, and that's what fermentation does. And so could you imagine for people in the countryside or in the third world countries like the Philippines, there's really no excuse that they wouldn't get vitamins, especially if they start going back to fermenting food, because that's part of the Philippine culture. And most cultures around the world, that's why they're very rich in their cultures, because we do a lot of food experiments and fermentation. Okay, and then what did I say? And the third benefit is that it also serves as an antioxidant, Okay, and it also serves as a like it really detoxifies you, because the formation of the food of the microbes here becomes also as a part of your natural probiotics. The lactobacilli is the first one that gets formed in the fermentation, and out of that, in every environment like here, then we will attract, these spots will attract bacteria that is not visible in our eyes, microorganisms that we don't see. However, this fermented food will attract it, and eventually, as you keep it fermented day to day, it will have many other probiotics that will help our gut maintain a good balance. So the environment, the external environment would be happy to help us in our internal environment, especially in our gut. Okay? All right. What did we do everything now?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're going to put now the weight.
Yeah, we could put the weight here. Let's start with here. Okay. Because we wanted it to be submerged. We need
this one to press, and this one is focused, and then this one there. So we are using whatever that we can use in this house. There you go.
Yeah, so anything that you can use to press. Could be even a Ziploc, as long as what you place in the Ziploc is the brine, because just in case it leaks, then it would not be contaminated. Okay? And so this, and every day we're gonna check it. Well, how about this one?
This
yes. Okay. As long as is the pot clean, the bottom is clean. As long as the bottom is clean. Okay.
I cleaned this already.
All right. So there it is.
Okay. That's homemade kimchi.
And now we're gonna cover it. We have some banana leaves to cover. But if you don't have banana leaves, you could cover with cheesecloth and put another cover on top of the cheesecloth. Why? I like to cover it so that the dust doesn't come inside. And I'll hold it for you. Do you have the rope? Mm-hmm. Banana leaf in our culture is used for a lot of things, from cooking to wrapping food, from wrapping of desserts, or for just anything, fish, meat, rice,
food. And how long are we going to wait?
Well, definitely the best thing is like 3 days would be perfect to start. That the longer you keep it fermented, the stronger it would taste. So, but it should be ready in 3 days. Now, what my sister did earlier is she softened this banana by heating it up on top of a stove. So if you don't have banana leaves, then there are other root crops that has big bananas, leaves. Excuse me.
Okay, we just want
to. And so you can do this with vegetables, as you see. However, you could also do fruits with it. So, wherever you are. Like, if I do it here in the Philippines, I would do it with mango. I would do it with papaya. I would do it with Hey, I could do it with rambutan if I wanted to, because there's really no right or wrong in fermenting anything. So wherever you are, use your resources, okay? And just have fun. You don't have to do exact vegetables. You could even only do just carrots, or just do string beans, you can just, you know, make all different pots like this with all different vegetables, and when you're ready, before meals or when you're eating, you could just pour one kind of vegetable at a time and serve it. All right. So then this one is...
Maybe we will just use a cheesecloth for this one.
Okay. Because there you go. Although I said it would be ready in 3 days, it would be good to check it in 24 hours. You have to open it up again and then make sure that the water, all the vegetable is submerged in the brine. So I guess tomorrow we'll check it and we'll record it and we'll let you know. Okay? Anything more?
No more.
So it's all about using the best that you have at home, and just believing that when you do this, you will create and transform something out of the food, and that would be healthy for you and for your family. Ciao!
Bye.